Hey guys, it's Melissa here with Rooted Home and Garden. Today we are in my backyard. I live in Zone 9B in California, and we are going to be working on a specific area. Yeah, this area right here. This is a special pathway I put into my yard. My backyard is pretty much brand new. We actually redid everything all last spring and got all the hardscapes in that we wanted to get in, meaning the pathway, the rest of the cement. We had some stones put in, and things are looking so beautiful where I can actually see the potential of what we've got out here. Now this pathway, what we're going to be working on today, this was put in, and I feel like such a genius coming up with this plan because I know my family. Here we have this beautiful walkway. Don't mind the hose. I was watering just a second ago. We had this walkway put in to get us straight to the chicken coop, and that way there wasn't going to be a huge issue with putting, wear and tear on the grass and all that stuff. And that's what was happening before the walkway. So we had that walkway installed, and with changing up the complete design of this backyard, and I saw this big open space right here, and I thought, oh my gosh, what's going to end up happening 100% is my family, instead of walking on the path to walk onto the patio to get to a spot that they want, they're going to specifically walk right through my planter, right through my plants, and I'm always going to have a spot where it's just walk through. And sure enough, I knew I was right, and so I put these steps in, and I'll tell you, everybody loves these steps, and it is so whimsical, and it looks absolutely beautiful right here. Now my plan last year, which I had purchased some, so these are a Nepeta right here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 Nepetas right here, and I forget the name of them. I'm gonna have to look it up and put it up on the screen. But my plan was on both sides of the pathway, I was gonna put in the Nepeta. But when I did that on one side, I wasn't sure if I liked it. It didn't stand out. It looked pretty, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted. So I didn't finish. I didn't do on the other side at all because I wasn't sure if that's something that I wanted to go or not. And I just sat on it. Well, eventually I decided I wanted to do sedum instead. This is specifically lemon coral sedum. I have never planted this in my yard before. I do have other sedum. So the sedum I have is called lemon ball sedum. Let me take you over there real quick. So this is the sedum I do have. This is lemon ball sedum, and it is beautiful, and I absolutely love it. This is the sedum that we had in our local garden center, and to me it performs beautifully back here. I absolutely love it. As you can see, it does reseed right here. This is all brand new, but this is so easy that I can literally pull it up and put it in a different location, and it won't be an issue. So that part is fun. I absolutely love it. But when I went to the garden center a couple days ago, they actually had the lemon coral sedum. So I wanted to give it a try and see if it is actually as good as they say. They say this one doesn't get leggy. Now I have not experienced that mine does either, but to compare side to side, I think it's gonna be fantastic. So doesn't this look beautiful? I think I'm gonna like this as the pathway. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous. But before I can actually plant these plants, I'm going to have to dig up the Nepeta, space these apart approximately, and then really just go to town and have fun. It shouldn't take too long. Oh, but it's going to look so beautiful. On the corner of my eye, though, I'm noticing my peach tree, and I wanted to take you over to look at it real quick because it is so beautiful. Look at this. Look at the blooms on this thing. It is so dark and so majestic. I am obsessed. And this is a plum tree. So this is a burgundy plum, and this is a red barren peach. Absolutely beautiful. I love it. This tree specifically I'm going to be espalling on the fence very soon, or not on the fence, on the wall. I have 2 of the wires already installed. I do have to get 2 more up here. I have them about 18 inches apart, and it's going to look absolutely beautiful once I get it established. Oh, love it. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to dig up the Nepeta, but I have to have a plan of where I'm going to put it. And that I have no clue yet. I want to put it in a place. It'd be nice if I was able to put it in a place where it's going to be for good, but that's not realistic right now because right now I still haven't come up with a plan with all the flower beds back here, and my hope is I can come up with a plan. So I'm just going to actually plant it in the ground and we'll figure it out later. So it's not in its permanent place wherever I plant the Nepeta, but eventually we'll find a spot because I do like Nepeta. So we want to get this figured out. Then once I actually get those Nepeta pulled out, I'm going to get my auger and we're just going to dig holes and just plant these Sedum, and then we'll get to enjoy it. Oh, can't wait. So now we have to find a place where I'm going to put the Nepeta for a little bit of time. Oh, doggies, come on, watch out. Trying to think of a spot. All these tulips right here, so things are kind of packed when it really shouldn't be. What I actually have planted is lots of tulips all throughout this spot, but then behind it I have some yellow onions growing. I don't remember the variety of the onion. Actually, that's right, it didn't have a tag, so that's why, but it is a yellow onion. So I just needed a spot for it, so I planted it there. I have some beans growing up. Where do I put the Nepeta? You know what? I don't have a lot growing right here. Probably because I know the dogs have been just stumping on all this stuff. So I have some hellebores over here, some tulips coming up as well. But I have some space over here. So this is where I think I'm going to just plant the Nepeta right now. Like I said, we'll figure out, it's not its permanent spot, but we'll figure it out as time goes on. But right now, we just need to get those moved so we can get the Sedum planted in the ground. Now, I do want to say that I do transplant plants all the time, and I really have never had an issue. So if you haven't transplanted a plant yet and you are nervous about doing it, honestly, don't be worried. All you need to do, goodness gracious, all you need to do is get enough of the root ball and you're going to be just fine. Put a little bit of amending into the soil and everything will be just fine. So I move things all the time, like truly all the time, because sometimes you just don't know where you want to put things, and other times you may change your mind and decide you don't want it there. So it's no big deal. Don't ever worry about it. Maybe sometimes you'll lose a plant, maybe you won't get enough. That's actually not true. I did lose one plant before. I dug up a fringe flower in my front yard. I decided I didn't want it anymore. I was going to give it to a neighbor of mine because she said she wanted it. And I dug it up and then it totally died within like 20 minutes. It was just totally wilted, like it just couldn't survive. So there you go. I did have a plan. I had to text my friend and say, sorry, can't give it to you, it died. So it does happen, but it's not a big deal. So don't be afraid to actually think to uproot your plants if you feel like, you know, things aren't in the location that it needs to be. This bush right here, this one right here, this has been moved like 3 or 4 times, and I guarantee you I'm going to be moving it again because I just put it here when we did the remodel last year, and it just kind of stayed there for the moment, but I know it's not going to stay there forever. So again, it's no big deal. You can do big bushes, you can do little bushes, you can transplant trees even, and I have done that many times. My lilac tree can't really see it right here, but it's right here. I have transplanted that thing twice because I just can't seem to find the right spot. I want to keep the tree, I just don't know where I want it, so it just keeps moving until I find the right spot. And I'll probably end up moving it again because, once again, this was a place where it was moved to because we were doing the remodel and I just needed a place for it to go until I find the right place. So again, it's no big deal. All right, so we're going to start off with this Nepeta. We're going to actually dig it up, and I'm going to try to be careful not to get the tulips that are here, but if I do, then it is what it is. But I'm going to dig it up and move it over there. So I'm going to start off with, usually you want to start off with wherever the leaves are. That's kind of where you dig it up. It doesn't need to be, whoopsie, as drastic as that, but that's just how I kind of do it. And you just get down deep enough where you get enough of the root ball, and then pull it up. There you go. And I've got it. Oops, but I keep ripping out pieces of it. That's okay. All right, so I feel like we've got enough of the root ball. All right, and I'm going to try as carefully as possible not to drop dirt on my grass. And I'm going to put it over here for the moment. All right, there we go. Let's get the next one. See, easy as that. And as a side note, Nepeta is a great plant to propagate. So I've got a couple of branches. I have actually 3 little stems right here, and I can actually go stick these in water and it should end up growing roots. Therefore, I'll get more. So that's always a bonus. Okay, so I've got this pot right here that's in my way right now, so I do need to move it. I do see a weed in it, so I do want to get that out of there. California, we get such horrible, horrible weeds. Look at that. So I want to get this. What kind of blueberry is it? Oh, that's right. It's peach sorbet. Oh my gosh, I love peach sorbet. This one is so beautiful, and it turns bright red in the fall time. I was shocked by that. It was so stunning. Hands down, it is the prettiest blueberry bush that there is. But we're gonna just get that out of the way. Over here, it's on a drip, so I have to be careful. All right, there's the Nepeta. All right, so once again, we're gonna do the same thing. Get up to about the leaves. Now remember, I did cut this plant back, so that's always gonna be deceiving as well, but you wanna be careful of the drip. I've got the drip on the other side. So we're just gonna go down where I feel like it's far enough. Here we go. Pull it up. Okay, there we go. Here's my drip. I'm gonna be very careful with that. And here is my plant. Oh, and another weed. Wonderful. There we go. Oh, and it's all budded up too. Look at that. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. All right, I'm just gonna keep going and get this done because I am anxious to get the sedum in the ground. All right, so just like when you're buying a plant and you're putting it in the ground, I always use fertilizer. And so what I use is the Espoma fertilizer, plant tone specifically, if I have it. If I don't have this one, I can use a different variety, but it is so healthy for my plants. So every hole I'm gonna dig, I'm gonna put the plant tone into it, and then I'll plant the Nepeta, I'll water it in, and then it should be good as new. All right, so I have 5 Nepeta plants over here, and I'm just gonna start digging. I think I'm gonna start right here by this corner, put 1 right here, maybe 2 behind it, and then, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I need 1 more. I can find a 6th one somewhere. Okay, that's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start digging a hole. They don't have to be too big because clearly it's not a big area. But here is Gus. Ooh, the soil's hard over here. All right. Why? I love listening to the doves when I'm out here working. All right, let's put some fertilizer in there. And I'm just gonna pick up the plant. Perfect. And I'm just gonna, what I do is like when I have clumps like this, I'm just gonna squeeze it so that it's nice. There's no pockets of air that's in there, and I'm just gonna push it around and really get it in there, especially the front. Don't forget the front. And I push it into the hole so that no air pockets actually get into there and harm my plants. Oh, I can smell this plant already. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. Perfect. This one is planted. All right, on to the next. All right, so once again, more plant tone. Okay. Find the plants I want to put in here. So one, it's a little too deep for that one. Let's do a bigger one. That one's too big for this. Oh, no, it's not. Perfect. Just like a puzzle, had to move things around. All right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that looks pretty. Doesn't that look great? All right, once again, clumps of dirt, and we're just going to break them apart. Oh, look at all the worms over here. Look at this. Lots of worms. Healthy soil. That's what I say that is. And we're just going to break up the clumps and start planting them up. And see, that's all you have to do with transplanting plants, and you are good. This one seems a little small for this spot. It goes in too much. I wonder if this one is bigger. But you know what? This one doesn't look as pretty. I know it's early, but I'm just not liking the way that one looks. So maybe I'm gonna just add a little bit of soil in here. Get a little higher, because we don't want to bury this too deep. Okay, here we go. All right, beautiful, beautiful. All right, 2 down, or 3 down. All right, the last one. One in the right spot. Here we go. It's like cement. Another cement. Okay, so I got these planted up, and it looks so good. So what I ended up doing, I only had 5 over here. So what I ended up doing to get a third row, because you can see I have one right there, another here, another there, and another there. So what I did was I cut a couple in half and replanted them, so that now I actually have enough to make it a nice little corner. So this entire corner right here will be filled up with Nepeta, and that's right next to the patio. So that actually, it's gonna look so pretty. I really like that spot. So who knows, maybe I'll end up keeping it here after all. All right, now it's time to get the Nepeta planted. Nepeta. What is it called? The sedum. Oh my goodness, my brain. So now it's time to get the sedum planted. All right, now that we have our Nepeta actually moved out of the way, I'm trying to space these out where it actually looks good. What I want is a nice, beautiful hedge eventually from this. So I want them to grow together, but it doesn't need to be touching today, because this stuff does spread easily, and we want it to just be a nice flow, and I want to save some money where I'm not just spending so much money where they're all next to each other. So I think this one, obviously this side is further out than this side, but I think I actually kind of like that. I feel like we don't want it to be too perfect. This is a cottagey type of look, and I feel like that actually gives me a little bit more room, but yet still gives me the idea of what I want. So let me walk through this. Okay, yeah, I think I like that. Also, I was trying to be mindful. Of course, all my tulips are coming up, and I don't really want to ruin the tulips that I'm only going to get this spring. So I've got to kind of position them in a way where it's okay. Look at this lamb's ear. Isn't that looking beautiful? Anyway, so I think this is kind of what I want from it. Yeah, I think so. All right, we got them all in. Doesn't it look so good? I am thrilled with the placement. I think that it looks fantastic, and I love the pops on this color, on this side. I think that it's absolutely stunning. I'm so happy. Walk along here. Look at that. Wonderful, wonderful on both sides. It looks fantastic. Oh, that makes me so happy. Now all we need to, get is everything else completely situated. Hopefully, like I said, next week we'll be able to find some plants, really get this filled in, and then we can mulch. And mulching will make this area look so much better. Oh my goodness. Oh, this thrills me. I love it. All right, guys, thanks for joining me today as we got the sedum planted and the Nepeta actually transplanted. Everything's coming along and looking so good. This is February still, so things haven't really popped yet, but already I'm seeing color and it's making me so excited. So I'm going to be going to the garden center in just one more week. I'm taking my husband with me. We are going on a very long date and we are going to go shopping, and I'm so excited to get that done. And then hopefully the next time I'm out here, I have lots of plants to actually get into the ground. All right, guys, you have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye.